Hello accounting class. In this video I'm going to go over how to do another component of the master budget. The component that we're going to go over right now is the direct materials budget. At this point in time you should know how to do a sales budget and a production budget. So in order to do the direct materials budget, we needed the information from the production budget. We have those numbers. The direct materials budget is going to answer two questions. How much material to order and how much will the raw materials cost? When you work in the lab, just put the company name, the direct materials budget, the name of it, and in this case, for 2 months ended January and February. Most of them can be on a quarterly basis, but this one is for 2 months. So it's going to have to give us additional information in order to put this budget together. Okay, so here's what it says. Buchanan Company expects to produce 1,950 units in January and 2,130 units in February. Okay, so I have those numbers already started to keep your attention. Okay, so next, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this by the number of pounds. So in this problem, it says that the company budgets 4 pounds per unit. So I'm going to take those 4 pounds per unit and multiply it by the budgeted units to be produced. 1,950 times 4 for January. For February, 2,130 times 4 gives us 8,520. For the total, we're going to add these two together only for this instant. Please pay attention. We're going to take 4,840. We're going to multiply that by 4. That gives us 16,320. Okay, next, we are going to figure out the desired direct materials in ending inventory. Here's what it says in the problem. All the problems will be different. But this particular problem tells us this. Buchanan Company desires the ending balance in raw materials inventory to be 60% of the next month's direct materials. Okay, so the next month's direct material needed for production is 8,520. I'm going to take 8,520. Let me get my blue marker. I'm going to take 8,520 and I'm going to multiply it by 60%. And when I do, that gives me 5,112. Okay? I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to add down for January 7,800 plus 5,112. So my total direct materials needed in January is 12,912. Okay? All right. I already had, so direct materials and ending inventory. I look at the problem. Do they tell me what it was? And they do. So my beginning inventory, January 1st is 5,900 pounds. 5,900. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract that. Be careful. I'm going to subtract. Why? Well, I thought I needed 12,912, but I already had 5,900 in beginning inventory. So I only need to order 7,012. Okay, so make sure you subtract that. Then I'm going to finish January. I'm going to take 7,012 and I'm going to multiply it by $55 to get the cost. The cost of direct materials purchases for January are $385 and 660. So let's put that dollar sign. That is a dollar sign. Okay, now let's go to February. All right, February, so my beginning inventory, watch, I looked at, it was 8,512 and I multiplied that by 60%, but February, it tells me this. The desired ending balance in February is 4,400 pounds. It won't always tell us that. Watch the problem. If it didn't tell us, it would have to give us March's, okay? It would have to give us. But it did give us what the ending balance, desired ending balance is 4,400, okay? All right, so I'm going to add these, 8,520 plus 4,400, and that gives me 12,920. Okay, I'm going to do the total last, all right? So then I'm going to take the 12,920. Okay, watch. My ending inventory for January is going to be my beginning inventory for February. So I'm going to just take down, I'm going to put that 5,112. I draw my line, I'm going to total. I'm going to take 12,920. Okay, but watch. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to subtract, and I'm going to get 7,808. Okay? Don't put the parentheses in the lab, all right? Make sure, but just remember that you remember to subtract that. All right, now I'm going to finish February. I'm going to take 7,808. I'm going to multiply that by 55, and that gives me 429,440. Okay? All right, now let's work on the last column. Can't talk today. All right, so here we took the 4,080, we multiplied that by 4, okay? But watch our desired ending inventory. I'm just going to bring this 4,400 over. Then I'm going to take this column only. Be careful. 6,320 plus 4,400, and that gives me 20,720. Everybody watch. Don't total these. Total down. All right, so then I got the 20,720. My beginning inventory, though, I'm going to go all the way back to January. That's my beginning, and I want to input that number in 5,900. Remember, I will subtract that number. I get 14,820. I'm almost done. I'm going to take the 14,820 times 55, and that gives me 800. I got my dollar sign. That's a dollar. 815. 100, okay? All right, so that's how you put together your direct materials budget. This is only for 2 months, so make sure you read the problem. What percentage are they saying they desire in ending inventory, okay? All right, I'll see you soon. Get that homework done in the lab.